I was kind of confused about like what we were learning in class.
It was difficult because it was a lot of paperwork and a lot of book work.
I used to use the old paper and scissors method.
Doing it on paper is harder because like you have to draw and make sure all the angles are, straight and lined up correctly.
You still have those kids who sat there saying, how I don't get it.
It's sort of like a blur.
When we're not using Cabri Jr., we put it away and we're doing bookish things. It doesn't feel like we're complete. It doesn't fit.
It's exciting and interesting, and it's new to me, and it's a fun way to learn.
They're doing geometry rather than reading about it.
We have it in our own hands and actually seeing what we're doing.
You hear, I see more. Oh, now I can see what happened. I can really visualize what happened. What is the concept?
It's more hands-on than writing on a piece of paper, and it's almost tangible, as if I was actually working with a shape.
But the first reaction very often is, now I can see what happened.
The students who get to use the graphing calculators they're the I can students. They're going from this is abstract to, oh, I understand this now.
Many times we see aha moments when we're talking about the centroid of a triangle and we're trying to explain, well, where is the centroid of a triangle? And they're like, oh, real easy.
The visual is just coming alive for them.
They're so excited that they can come up with where things are on triangles and how they can always find the centroid that's orthocenter.
I could draw a picture on the chalkboard, but I can't make it move, and I love with Cabri that they're the one drawing the picture and they're the ones making it move, picking up a point and moving it around and looking at how segment measurements change or angle measurements change and making conjectures on different rules for geometry.
They like the fact that they can animate. They also like the fact that they can save the file, come back to it later, change it. Kids love that. They direct themselves. They know what they have to do. Throw something like that at them, they'll run wild with it, and they'll show you new things.
It allows a teacher to thoroughly engage students in the learning process, because using the calculator as a hands-on tool, they are able to actually investigate the properties, theorems, the facts about geometry, and consequently it goes into the long-term memory rather than the short-term memory.
A lot of really discoveries by children, by kids at school. I remember they constructed with Cabri, and one of them told to the other, you see what I see? You see the line joining the point, and its image is perpendicular to the symmetry line. But it must be by chance, it's not possible. And the other child told, okay, try to drag. And they were so surprised to see that the line joining the point and the image was always perpendicular to the symmetry line. It was really a discovery for them.
It's easy to put the students into groups and have them talk to each other about it and have them help each other and have them communicate with each other about the process. And therefore, they become teachers to each other. And I think we all know that the best way to learn a subject is to teach it.
The level of engagement was phenomenal. They were learning at a much higher level if it was just rote memorization. And they were talking mathematics, which is always appealing to a math teacher.
Graph, measure, angle.
I find it gratifying that a student in my classroom can come up to the front of the classroom, someone that was shy, come up to the front of the classroom and explain to other students exactly what we did for the day, or even demonstrate it for us using the TI technology. I've had kids that love to come up to the board, but when it comes to TI technology, I have every single hand up in the classroom who would like to demonstrate this in front of the class. And they're always screaming, me, pick me, pick me. And they love it. They love showing other students what they can do. And they like to brag about it.
I've been using the Navigator system in my classroom, and when I use that in conjunction with Cabri Jr., I'm able to instantly view their calculator screens. So right away I can tell if they're having any trouble with the drawing tools or if they're headed in the direction I'd like them to be headed.
And with the Navigator you can see which students are actually with us or behind us.
We have a couple that aren't caught up with us.
In addition to being able to capture screens from their calculators while they're using Cabri Junior, I can send files to them, or they can send files to me, so we have a nice exchange there.
It's hard for a teacher to work one-on-one, and when you have this capability, it really helps both the teacher and, more important, the student.
With the Cabri Junior and with the Navigator, it's making it so that students are able to take that abstractness of mathematics and it's becoming something much more concrete that they can grasp onto, and they can visually see it and really get an idea of what's going on. They're taking an active role in what they're doing, and now they're excited about coming to class, and the anxiety is just lessening.
Using Cabri Junior has made teaching geometry more interesting for me. I've taught geometry for many years, and going from strictly paper and pencil constructions with straight edge and compass to interactive software, it brings it to life. We're doing it, we're living it, we're discovering it on our own. So it's meaningful for me because I'm not conveying something to my students or forcing them to read about it. I'm watching them being interested in it.
As a beginning teacher, I would especially recommend it to other beginning teachers. It takes a lot of pressure off of you, not just being up at the chalkboard all hour, but the students are in their seats actively using the Cabri, learning for themselves, not just listening to you.
I think in an hour to two you could learn all the basics of Cabri and be a teacher who is very comfortable using that in front of their students. Coming to a T-Cubed conference and learning about Cabri Junior has excited me about teaching again. It has motivated me to try different things with my students. It gives me the required tools to assess students in a different manner and try and reach students with different teaching styles.
I get emails back saying, when are you giving another workshop? Have you learned anything more? And I've got a group of teachers even that we get together once a month as a focus group, and we're sharing with each other different things that we're discovering.
I get an email saying, here's another activity for Cabri Junior. What I like about them is they're real short, sweet type of activities, one page. Sometimes I've even printed those out and just given them to the kids and said, work through these.
Texas Instrument gives great support. Anytime I have a problem, I have my cell phone right there, call up TI Cares. They immediately have an answer for me. At first, when I started using the Navigator, I was a little confused on how to get that going. They immediately answered my questions. I had it up and running before the students came to class, and it was just great.
If someone told me I had to stop using Cabri Junior, I would actually have to ask them what else is there, because there is nothing better than Cabri Junior.
It's really exciting to start using Cabri Junior with students and with other teachers because you're finding new ways to do things that you've been doing. I've been doing them for years, but not this way.
Cabri Junior makes me feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. It makes it a lot easier for me to get through geometry.
We're having fun. We're having a math party. Want to join us?